If you've been waking up exhausted, dragging throughout the morning, and then somehow lying wide awake at night at 2 a.m., your brain isn't broken, it's confused. And I can prove it to you right now. Here's what's happening. The winter light outside your window is sending the wrong signals to a tiny cluster of cells deep in your brain. And those cells control everything about when you feel awake, when you feel tired, and whether your sleep actually restores you. Once you understand what's going on, you can fix the problem. I'm Dr. Tracy Marks, a psychiatrist, and today I'm going to show you exactly why winter throws off your sleep and give you 5 strategies to get it back on track. If you've been following my resilience series, you know that sleep is one of the foundational pillars of mental resilience. When your sleep suffers, everything starts to crumble. Your emotional regulation weakens, your stress tolerance drops, and your ability to bounce back from challenges takes a hit. So why is this a problem during the winter? Your brain has a master clock called the suprachiasmatic nucleus, or SCN for short. It needs a strong signal, specifically bright morning light, to know when to officially start your day. During the winter, the days are shorter and the sun sits lower in the sky. And so even when the sun is up, the light is weaker, especially in the morning. And then by late afternoon, you're already losing daylight. And that shrinking window of bright light throws off your circadian rhythm. That's your brain's internal 24-hour clock. When your brain doesn't get strong morning light, it delays the signal to turn down melatonin. Melatonin is the hormone that tells your body that it's nighttime and helps sync your internal body clock and make sure that it's aligned with day and night cycles. So, with higher morning melatonin levels, you stay groggy longer, you feel less alert, and you have a harder time getting started in the morning. And then in the evening, you're surrounded by bright indoor lighting and screens that confuse your brain into thinking that it's still daytime. So you may feel tired, but your brain isn't shifting into sleep mode the way that it should. And this mismatch between your environment and your biology is called circadian misalignment. And this is an extremely common thing to happen in the winter. Why would this misalignment affect your energy levels? Because of how your body clock controls your daily cortisol patterns. Normally, cortisol rises in the morning and then to help you get going, and then it gradually falls in the evening so your body can relax. When your body clock is out of sync, that normal rise and fall pattern can get weaker or shift to the wrong time. So you miss that morning lift and don't get as much of an evening drop. Then you end up tired but wired. Your body is worn out, but your mind feels like it's still on. And it doesn't stop there. The misalignment also affects mood because light exposure helps regulate serotonin, one of the brain's chemicals involved in feeling calm and motivated. It affects memory consolidation because poor sleep cuts into the deeper restorative sleep when your brain is sorting and storing information. So winter sleep disruption isn't just about feeling tired, it's about your brain running below its potential across the board. But it's okay. Your brain can adapt quickly once you give it the right cues. And that's what these 5 steps will do. Before I give you the 5 strategies to fix this, let me interject something. I've heard people say, I get lots of help, I know what to do for myself, but I struggle to actually follow through. If that sounds like you, I created a free 2-minute quiz called What's Your Brain's Operating System? It helps you understand your specific patterns, like how you respond to stress, where your focus tends to break down, and what that means for building resilience. It takes 2 minutes, and it'll give you some insight into why some of the strategies I'm about to share might matter more for you than others. The link is in the description. Okay, strategy number 1 is a morning light reset. This is probably the highest leverage change that you can make. Within the first hour of waking up, you want to get 10 to 15 minutes of bright light exposure. Ideally, this means getting near a window or stepping outside. Even on a cloudy day, outdoor light, even when it's overcast, is significantly brighter than indoor lighting. And we're talking thousands of lux for outdoor lighting compared to maybe a few hundred inside your home. If you can't get natural light, especially if you're waking up before sunrise, consider using a light therapy box. You want one that delivers around 10,000 lux. Position it at an angle so that the light reaches your eyes without you staring directly at it. This tells your SCN, your brain's timekeeper, that it's morning. It's time to rise and shine. The light box also suppresses melatonin, kicks off cortisol production, and resets your internal clock for the day. Strategy number 2 is evening light hygiene. This is the flip side of the morning light. In the evening, you want to cut down on your exposure to bright light, especially blue light, starting around 2 hours before bedtime. Blue light signals daytime to your brain, so when you're scrolling on your phone or watching TV under bright LED lights at 10 p.m., you're essentially telling your SCN that the sun is still up. So dim your overhead lights, switch to warmer tone bulbs, and if you're using screens, turn on night mode, or better yet, wear blue light blocking glasses. And get this, it's not just the screens that are the problem. The bright ceiling lights in your home, especially the cool white ones, whether they're LED or those spiral CFL bulbs that last longer than the incandescent bulbs, these house lights are often a bigger culprit than your phone. They're bright, and you sit under them for hours. When you control your light environment in the evening, you make it easier for melatonin to rise on schedule so your brain gets the message that it's time to sleep. Strategy number 3 is to anchor your wake time. This means keeping your wake time fixed even on the weekends. I know this is a hard sell, but hear me out. When your wake time jumps around, your internal clock struggles to synchronize, and that's when sleep inertia, which is that heavy, sluggish feeling in the morning, gets worse. Try to keep your wake time within about 30 minutes every day. Your brain loves predictability, and over time, you'll notice that you naturally start feeling sleepy around the same time each evening because your brain has learned the pattern. Strategy number 4 is movement timing. Light exercise in the early morning acts like a time cue for your body clock. And this doesn't have to be a big workout. Even a short walk or a few minutes of stretching is better than going straight from bed to sitting. The movement, especially if you pair it with outdoor light, tells your brain the day has started, which helps your body temperature and cortisol rise at the right time so you feel more awake and less sluggish. Strategy number 5 is supplement support. These are things that you can layer on top of the light and timing strategies. Low-dose melatonin can help shift your body clock earlier in the evening when it's taken 3 to 4 hours before your target bedtime rather than as you get in bed. In this case, low dose means 0.3 to 0.5 milligrams. The higher doses like 3, 5, and even 10 milligrams are typically used at bedtime as sleep aids to help you fall asleep. At those levels, melatonin has more of a sleep-promoting effect, so people will take it 30 to 60 minutes before bed to help them fall asleep, rather than use it to shift their body clock. Magnesium glycinate is another supplement option. It can help you relax your nervous system, make it a little easier to fall asleep, and improve how restorative your sleep feels. These supplements won't fix a disrupted rhythm on their own, but they can give you that extra nudge once you've dialed in your light, schedule, and evening routine. So let me bring this all together. Winter isn't the enemy. Your brain just needs clearer signals. The grogginess, the insomnia, that feeling of being tired but unable to sleep, those are signs of circadian confusion, not personal failure. These 5 strategies work because they support how your brain uses light cues to set your internal clock, which then shapes your wakefulness, your hormones, your mood, and your sleep. You don't need to do them perfectly. Even small adjustments can start to nudge your clock in the right direction. Start with one strategy. If I had to pick one that I think gives you the most juice for the squeeze, it would be morning light. That single change has the biggest ripple effect on everything else. Try it for a week and see what shifts. Next time, we're going to talk about protecting your energy through boundaries because winter also is the season when we tend to run on fumes. Until then, thanks for watching. If you found this video helpful, subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss the next video. I'll see you next time.